All right, guys, so welcome. Now, this is going to be a slightly different video. I want to cut back all the fancy editing and just give you guys straight value. Quite a highly requested topic here about how to find a high ticket sales job. And I also want to mention like how to make sure you actually get the high ticket sales job too, right? Because finding it is obviously just half the battle. So just to jump straight into it, this is going to be your first sale, right? You need to sell yourself to the business owner. And I really want you thinking about these things when you're reaching out for these opportunities. Like, what attributes do you think that they want from the sales reps on their team? They want them to be hungry. They want them to be forward thinking, relentless, communicative, organized, and just basic common sense, which I know sounds dumb, but it's such an important factor when hiring people in any position, that they just have good common sense. And you need to keep these things all top of mind when reaching out and applying for these roles, and really try to show that you hold these traits in your outreach, in your interview, throughout the whole kind of process, because it's gonna kind of give you a massive advantage. Because the goal here isn't just to reach out aimlessly to business owners after business owners. We want to be working on building our network, right? And just because a business owner might not be looking for a closer at that current time that you reach out or you speak to them, or you might not be a great fit for their office specifically, they might still connect you to other business owners that are actively looking for closers. Or worst case, they might reach out to you in the future, right? So, hey, are you looking for closers? Is a line I see all the time. And it is one way to ensure you do not get hired or build any network, because the online space, it is growing massively, but it is quite small, right? And if you can build up your reputation as being a good sales rep, you will never go without a good offer. I've worked with guys now that are getting offered offers after offer after offer, just because they've built up their reputation and they've got their name out there. And it's the best advice I can give. And the best way to do that is really like just leading with value. What's in it for them? What's in it for a business owner? How are you going to help them, right? Compliment them, their offer, show the value you're going to bring them first. Because I've had countless guys reach out to me to be closers. Even in this business, Club Closer, we get guys reaching out all the time. Hey, love your offer. Are you looking for any more closers? Or, hey, Marcus, I've got loads of sales experience. Would love to close for you. Are you growing your team right now? And, what's wrong with these messages, right? Because they're not saying anything wrong. They're just not saying anything right. They haven't done the research on the business at all or understand what I do. Love your offer. Cool. What is my offer, right? Well, I help closers. I teach closers. Because if they understood what the offer was, they know I have a whole community of closers I can hire out of. So this message obviously wouldn't sit. You could definitely word it much better. And obviously, again, like they're leading with their own interest and their own intentions first. They're not showing me how they're going to bring value to the team or why specifically I should hire them. Loads of sales experience, cool. I know loads of guys with loads of sales experience. What makes you special? So you want to craft your messages, your applications, and your videos, which work super well in a ways that shows the value you're going to bring to the business owner. What do they want to hear and who do they want to hire exactly? And if you can illustrate those attributes as much as you can, the better. So this is really important, right? This first bit is super important. And I want you to have it top of mind when obviously looking for offers. So obviously the next part, kind of why you're here, how to find offers to sell for. And the lowest hanging fruit is on Facebook. There are specific Facebook groups you can look at that, they're specifically hiring boards for remote sales rep positions. You can simply go to Facebook right now and just type in high ticket closing jobs or remote sales jobs, and you'll be greeted by a massive list of groups that you can just jump in and find offers. But Facebook groups often have a lot of bad offers, or beginner business owners that are looking to hire closers to, close their first client for their agency. They've never jumped on a sales call before themselves. They've never closed a deal. I wouldn't recommend working for a business like this. It's brand new. You have no idea what you're going to make in that position or if the offer's any good. So when looking at these groups, it's really important to make sure you vet the offers well here, because it's all very well finding all these opportunities in these Facebook groups, but unless you're vetting them well and using your common sense, you don't know if you're actually going to make any money with them. So yeah, use your common sense. Does it look and sound like a good offer? Did they have a good online presence? And are they getting good results for their clients? I'll drop a list of things you can look out for later on this video that we can touch on again. But Facebook groups is kind of lowest hanging fruit. And then kind of a more effective way is just to reverse engineer the process. Like, who do you want to work for? What kind of industry do you want to work in? Where do those people hang out? How can I connect with them? How can I kind of swing in those circles? And how can I see if they're actually hiring? So I want you guys to remember that sales reps are the closest to the money. They have the biggest impact on a business's revenue and how much that business makes, how well that business does, because the sales rep's the one bringing in the cash, right? So if a good sales rep comes along, like yourself, they're likely going to try and make it work for you. They're likely going to try and make space for you in their team if they truly believe you can perform better than their current reps. Because there's always going to be someone that's underperforming in that team. It's time to trim the dead weight, time to trim the fat, and kind of get you in, basically. Providing you can show that you are good, you're solid, and you can close to a high level. And in short, you don't have to wait for a business to be actively hiring in order to show value and reach out for a position in their team. Because if you can illustrate you're good and you can actually make the business more money, they're going to want you on their team, right? They're going to choose you over the sales rep that's doing, 20% closing rate. If you can close at 30, it's another, I don't know the maths on that, but they're going to be making another 10% extra sales with having you, right? And you can do this by finding businesses and offer owners on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and even obviously more traditional job sites like LinkedIn. You can use Indeed as well, but you're not going to find too many good offers on that. But with reverse engineering the process, you're going to be using these sites quite effectively. And obviously, depending on what kind of businesses you're looking to work with, whether that be B2B, which is like businesses working and selling to other businesses, you might have more success on LinkedIn there. We're talking about agencies, SEO, marketing, SaaS. These are businesses that are selling to other businesses. Obviously, they're going to spend a lot of their time on LinkedIn. Or obviously B2C, which is business to consumer, which is kind of more so like your info product, your online education, and your coaching offers. And you'll find more of these on social media sites. So kind of have a think. And again, it's intentional, right? You have to think about what you're doing. Just aimlessly following things and aimlessly being like, okay, I'm just going to reach out and send a bunch of these messages. There's no thought behind what you're doing, right? So you need to be conscious, and you need to be aware of what you're doing and why, and really relate that to why you're looking for these offers. Because there are so many industries you can sell in, and a lot of these industries are only getting bigger. And a good example I always like to talk about is the online education space, right? The industry is currently valued at 200 billion and is expected to triple in size by 2030. Fluctuates a bit. If you Google it, you'll see there's various different numbers here, but they all kind of correlate around that region. And this is kind of because a lot of people are moving away from traditional education and universities. So it's a good one to get into, right? Universities might cost 30 grand a year, 30,000 a year to go to, and you're never going to see an ROI on that. Whereas people are saying that, if I invest just 5K, 10K into an online coaching program, I can actually get my return and start monetizing it in a matter of months. So it's a much better option, right? And there's more options for it. The internet has given so many opportunities for businesses like mine and many others to give people the option to kind of learn a skill and monetize it pretty quickly. It's a massively growing market. And obviously, what does that mean for you? Well, it means there's a growing demand for decent sales talent, which obviously you can fill providing you're good. So simply reach out to these business owners using the information I said earlier in the video, kind of this bit, which is most important. And I can't stress enough the importance of, a good, genuine outreach and really trying to lead with value, because they're going to be able to see through that, right? They're going to be able to see that okay, this guy hasn't put any thought in. He's just sent the same message to 10 business owners. Hey man, love your offer. Cool. What do you like about it? What kind of results have you seen from my guys that I've worked with? And why should I actually hire you? Videos are really good for this. Just remember, keep them short, keep them sweet. But I guess another thing is obviously vetting the offer, like we mentioned before, but what actually to look for in that offer. So a couple of things I really look at will be their online presence. If they're an online business, they've got to have a good online presence, right? So do they have a good looking website? what does that website look like? And all of these kind of link together, right? Like, does that website have testimonials on it, results? Can I actually learn what their offer is pretty effectively from reading the website? And do they have like good socials and a good following on those socials? So whether that be on Instagram, whether that be on YouTube, Twitter potentially, like think about, do they have a good following? Because if they've got a solid following, they're probably likely selling to that following and then monetizing that following pretty well. So the bigger it is, obviously, the more money they're making, which means obviously if you come in and join their sales team, there's actually people for you to sell to. Again, like looking at their funnel, seeing their sales funnel, kind of again, this kind of links in. That could be leveraging the socials. That could be leveraging the website with paid ads. What does it look like, right? What does that funnel actually look like? Does it look professional? Are they getting results? How good is the offer, right? I know, let's say it's a marketing agency for real estate agents. You might not be a real estate agent, but just step into the shoes of one for a second and be like, if I was a real estate agent looking to get, sell more houses, does this offer make sense? Like, does it sound good on paper? Would I be enticed by this, right? Really keep that front of mind. Obviously, you can apply that in any offer you come across. And then a big one always to look at as well, especially with the online education space and obviously agencies too, is like the testimonials and the results. Like, are they actually getting results for clients? Are they actually working with clients? You need to look into that and see if they've actually got them. Providing, they've got all this, it's a good offer. And then you can go ahead and hit them up and, make sure your outreach is leading with value and being genuine, right? But of course, before you do any of this, you need to get good at sales. And I truly mean this. Like, if you don't have absolute confidence in being able to close a sales call, you're truly wasting your time reaching out for these job offers. Because sales is very much a confidence game, and it's wholly performance based, right? You get paid on the deals you close. So if you don't have confidence or conviction in your own ability to sell, it will show. It will show to the business owner. They'll be able to see, okay, this guy's just like, he clearly can't sell. And then your outreach efforts are just purely wasted. On the off chance, if you do manage to land a job, either the job won't be very good because the business owner doesn't know how to hire good sales talent, or you might just get lucky and you might land the job. You won't actually be closing to a very high standard or at all, which basically means you won't make any money. So if you're not actually good at sales, there's no point wasting your time reaching out for these jobs because you won't land a job. And if you do, you won't actually be able to close many deals. And you'll obviously be off the job pretty quickly. So my best advice before you do any of this is focus on actually learning the skill first, right? Spend some time and actually get good at sales first before you go out and try and land a high ticket sales job. Because the amount of times, and I've even interviewed guys that clearly have no to little sales experience, and they've talked a good game on their messages or their application, and I've jumped on a call with them, and it's apparent they've never done it in their lives. So it's wasting, obviously, the business owner's time, but it's also wasting your time. And you're also burning those bridges with those business owners that you might want to reach out to in the future and actually sell for. Focus on learning the skill first. And obviously, how can you do this? Well, there's so many free resources on YouTube. I've got a bunch of videos kind of covering sales and talking about it and showing you how to get better. I can link one for you in the description, along with all the other free sales content that is out there. But I've also got my coaching business, Club Closer, where, our specific goal is to get guys killer at sales and help them land a remote sales job where they can scale up to 10K a month in as little as 90 days. And go ahead, check us out, look at the offer, and you can see that we kind of tick all these boxes. But yeah, look, if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and book a call with the team, or obviously check out all the free content on my channel. And guys, hope you found this useful.